he's going 40 in half PPR. Like
Yeah,
that's
seems
insane to me.
seems
He
really. I'm calling it right
yeah,
now. I think this is the steal of the draft.
it's
But
pretty damn close.
What's up, Fackers? We are back with our Fantasy and Chill 101, counting down the top 101 fantasy football players for the 2020 season. Number 34 on our countdown is running back for the Atlanta Falcons, Todd Gurley. He is our 17th ranked running back. Last year, he finished as running back number 14 for the Rams. He had 223 carries, 857 yards, and 12 touchdowns to go along with 31 catches for 207 yards and two touchdowns. Sorry. He had 203.9 fantasy points, an average of 13.6 points per game. So as we know, he has been traded to Atlanta in the offseason to kind of shore up the Falcons running back situation after they got rid of Devontae Freeman, or not got rid of, just didn't re-sign him.
yeah,
So Todd Gurley, pretty much the lead back there. Mimito Smith is still there in the background, but shouldn't really figure into that unless something happens to Gurley. One big thing that's kind of changed for Gurley, or why he had, I'll say, an off year last year, still running back 14, which is good,
yeah.
but the previous 2 years he was like far and away running back number one in the league. Two of the great like back-to-back fantasy seasons that we've ever seen from a running back. His efficiency was way down. In 2018, he averaged 4.89 yards per carry and 7.4 yards per target. Last year, he averaged 3.84 yards per carry and only 4.2 yards per target. So that efficiency was way down. Really, the only reason why he still was like relevant as a running back too was because he scored 14 total touchdowns, which is still a lot. And then he has the durability issues. He missed a few games last year, the knee and the ankle issues. So
Miss one game.
something to look at. Yeah, but I mean, he was banged up in a couple more too. Maybe only missed one, but he was definitely banged up last year. And there was some talk going into last year about how they kind of wanted to limit him because they thought he tired out at the end of 2018. Yeah, he did have some knee and ankle issues last year.
Yeah, but I mean, he passed the physical. I mean, obviously he's fine, right? I mean, I guess the
Yeah.
workload, but I mean, even last year, how many games did he miss? One game.
Yeah.
I
What?
mean, go
Dude,
ahead, Matt.
why are we acting like this guy is like a 35-year-old run? Like why we're acting like this guy's Frank Gore or something.
Yeah, he's 25 years old.
He's going after Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who we don't even know what he's going to be doing. And you're giving Todd Gurley the number one running back position on an offense that should be top 5, top 10 with no competition behind him.
Yeah, and let me say something real quick. Like people were down on him last year because of the playoff game where he kind of got hurt or just didn't do anything really, and then he got hurt, and Malcolm Brown kind of stepped in, and people were worried about his workload. They were going to dial back, and I just feel like I based my Damian Williams pick last year off what he did in the playoffs, and it burned the shit out of me. Like you almost just shouldn't even pay attention to playoffs because that's what burned people. I mean, he
Playoffs.
wasn't where he got drafted last year, but he still finished, like Keller said, number 14. Like this dude can still run the ball, and there's
Yeah.
nobody behind him in Atlanta.
2 years ago, we're taking this guy number one overall, and now he's fallen to number 18th running back.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like the Rams' offense as a whole was trash last year. Jared
It
Goff
was. It was.
couldn't throw the ball. He was getting sacked. Their offensive line was terrible, and we're trying to put this all on Gurley right now. He should be going. He should be going ahead of Austin Eckler, I think, at least.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
I
He
don't
has a
know about that.
competent quarterback, a stud wide receiver, and a very good number two wide receiver there. So, I mean, like, they're going to move the ball, and I could see him easily getting 14, 15 touchdowns.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, he does have he's on an offense that's shown before they can support a good fantasy running back. Since Matt Ryan's been there, you had Devontae Freeman have some good fantasy years. Michael Turner had some good fantasy years with
Yeah.
Matt Ryan. So it is doable. I'll just say I brought this up in another video we did not too long ago that these running backs change teams, either still in the prime or on the back end prime of their career. It hardly ever works out. There's not much
But
of a positive track record.
this is a good team change for him. He's going from the Rams, who were trash last
All
year,
I'm
to the
saying
Falcons.
is all these situations where at the time we think, oh, that's a good move. It doesn't work out most of the time. Now,
Well,
hopefully he's different. I think he can be different. He's such a good running back. He's such like a good talent, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna keep that in mind for whenever we talk about David Johnson, because you're gonna go off on David Johnson and how much you love him, and I'm gonna bring up he's changing teams. You be
I'm gonna
ready
say
for
how
it.
much I love him. I just think he's in a better situation.
So is Gurley.
What?
Gurley's in a better situation.
Oh, I meant a better situation compared to Gurley.
Oh, I thought you meant David Johnson's in a better situation than he was last year. Okay.
But I mean,
Well,
look,
I don't know if I agree with that statement either, because I like the Falcons' offense more than I like the Texans.
yes, I would agree. Gurley's in a better situation than David Johnson. But the thing is, I mean, Gurley is going back home to Atlanta. He played college at Georgia. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's got something to prove. Maybe he's got a chip on his shoulder. Maybe the Falcons come out and actually bounce back and show us how good they can be, like the Super Bowl team that they went to.
Yeah, I bring it. I think I brought it up before. It's like I'm not going to bring in the whole stats behind it, but you really want to target running backs on good offenses because it's pretty obvious. Like it leads to more scoring.
Yes.
So, like I said, Atlanta's probably going to be a top 10 offense, if not a top 5. This is Matt Ryan's, other year where he
We thought that last year.
was it.
Falcons
They're
they're
like
one of the big disappointing teams year in and year out, aside from their Super Bowl year.
they're like a Matt Ryan, especially is like a every other year quarterback where he has a really good year, then a really bad year, really
Yeah.
good. If you want to pay attention to that kind of pattern, I don't put too much into it, but this would be Matt Ryan's up year. So if you want to put some stock into that, then there you go. I feel like but he's on a 1-year deal too. Like they could just run him into the ground if they wanted to and just get rid of him. Talk me off this. Talk me off Gurley. I feel like I'm too high on him right now.
I mean, I
I
brought
mean,
up some issues. There's really not like he should still be in the middle of the prime of his career. Like I said, he's 2 and 3 years removed from two of the best fantasy running back
Yeah.
seasons we've seen in a long time. So I don't see why he couldn't continue that trend. It's just, like I said, he had the durability issues. Maybe the workload was too much, changing the teams. There's just a lot of things where I like some guys that we have ranked ahead of him a little bit more. But I don't like would I be surprised if he went all the way back up to like top 5 territory? No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
just he's going 40 and half PPR. Like
yeah.
that's
Seems
insane to me.
seems
He,
really. Yeah. I'm calling it right
yeah,
now. I think this is the steal of the draft.
it's
But
pretty damn close.
I mean, I definitely could be wrong, but I don't see these issues that you're bringing up. I don't see those as reasons for him going so late in this draft. I don't know.
Yeah, and I
Devontae
mean,
Freeman came back from an injury last year, and Devontae Freeman's not even on a team right now, and he still finished top 15 from weeks 13 to 17.
and I mean,
People base a lot of what they do recency bias. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah,
he
and this
still had
is
a good year last year, though.
That's why he still had a decent year, but he didn't have the number 1 year that he
he,
was drafted as.
he probably
And
burned some owners.
oh yeah, 100%. But I'll tell you a scenario in which I am looking at Gurley is like if I don't get that first 5 pick kinda or even 6 really, and I'm looking at guys like Joe Mixon or like Nick Chubb, and I do go wide receiver, I'm definitely targeting Gurley. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get him in the third and fourth round, and that's someone who could finish top 5. Has
Yep.
finished number 1 2 years in a row.
Damn it, I'm bidding against Britt now during our draft for Gurley.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
go
mean, you're gonna be
Kenyon
different with
Gurley.
everybody. It's not like he's an unknown commodity.
That's
No,
true.
but it's
We do have
just
some guys that are just draft based on name value alone, and this is going to be a guy they're
see.
going after.
And like Juju's kind of in the same boat. He's ranked 28th on Fantasy Pros and he's going 41st. And Gurley's right behind him, ranked 31st and going 40. So, like, I don't know. There is a lot of recency bias playing into fantasy.
What have you done
Yeah.
for me lately? So
Yep.
as we've heard, Matt really likes Todd Gurley. I like I said, I don't dislike him. I think he can still be good. I'm just saying be a little cautious there is all I'm saying. So Todd Gurley, our 17th ranked running back, number 34 overall. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.